We're doing it again. This is another
Hold up just a second.
podcast. Why? Obviously, you've seen...
Wait, hold up.
Okay. I'm drinking. I'm pouring alcohol. I'm pouring some alcohol. Just let me know when you're...
No, it's just, I can barely hear you. I'm trying to fix it.
Yeah, no, I hear you, buddy. Just let me know when you're good and plenty. And yes, all this is being recorded, and no, I'm not editing any of this, because I am just...
okay, there we go. No, it was like sometimes when I join Google Meet, it'll change the audio, and it's not on speaker. It's like I could barely hear you, so I was trying to get it up.
See,
yeah, no, I'm drinking. I'm fine. It's Good Friday. You know, like I had today off. It was great. I had today off. I woke up early, watched some anime, ate some breakfast, took a nap, woke up again. It's always great when you can take that day nap.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. So, I hope to God, like I said, the reason why we're doing this is it's all over the headlines, right? The fighter that got shot down. Oh, Doug, it's just one F-16 jet. Keep in mind, that fucking idiot went, what was yesterday? To address the Iran war updates?
The address was April Fool's Day, ironically, so that was Wednesday.
He went on Wednesday, talking about, like, we decimated Iran's military, obliterated it, they can't do anything. And while Iran took a hit, I'm not gonna debate that. Like, we have been bombing them hard. But when Iran said, so when I heard like a spokesperson for the Iran military said, "Yeah, you barely hit us," I was like, "No, you got hit, but I know you still have a lot of shit to do." And we lost a fighter jet, an F-15 fighter jet. Keep in mind, the last jet to be shot down was, I think, like, almost 30 years ago. There were no planes that were shot down.
I mean, actual planes. I mean, I think helicopters. I think because one of I could have sworn like one of the helicopters got hit when the SEAL Team 6 went to go take down Osama bin Laden.
No. I mean actual jets. Not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so different. You're saying the difference between a helicopter and actual fighter jets. Yeah. It's been a while since like someone actually shot out of the sky and wasn't like some type of mechanical error that caused it to crash. No, I'm just saying like it's just been like a while since like someone was capable. Because like that's the thing. It's like you always have sky superiority. It's just like fucking you did Army Advance and GBA, man. That's why Eagle was so fucking dangerous, bro. Like Cluster Strike is out here bombing shit. But
yeah, it's Advanced Wars. Did you get Reboot Camp? You know what? Let's not change the subject.
Yeah, but it's just here's the thing. It's like, bro, like the other day, honestly, I had to hold my tongue against one of my coworkers because like he's falling because I like him and like I know like. It was surprising what he said because he seems usually rational about shit, but then when he was like, "Did you see what everything is fucking their military for some reason like military is fucking decimated all this shit," and I was just like, no. But I'm just like I'm at work, I don't want to do anything that's gonna cause me to do stuff on there, so I just kind of just like let him talk and all this shit. But I'm just like, this is exactly the thing I want to point out. It's like, bro. You can't believe anything this guy said. Like, they literally been saying this shit since fucking beginning early March. Every day, we're winning. Oh, we won. But we're gonna negotiate. Oh, well, if they don't do this, we're gonna destroy everything. Oh, wait, no, but we won. Oh, their military's destroyed. But they won't, but we need other people to come and open the Strait of Hormuz. It's like, if their military is destroyed, what do you mean you need someone to go open the Strait of Hormuz? You could just be like, bro, your military destroyed. Open the strait or we're going to fucking, destroy you. Or it's just like, like all these fucking lies saying like every day, like we won, but we still need the negotiations. Or if you actually won, you wouldn't need negotiations. And like you said, Yeah, they're bombing fucking shit. But the thing is like most of their stuff is super deep out of the ground. And you're doing all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, it looks great on camera, but in reality, you're not really doing that much because they already took into account most of this shit.
And I know.
Like they've been planning for all this, and we're just wasting billions and billions each day for what? Like, and then like I mean, he might have a lizard brain, but he actually understands like they can't just be like it's regime change when it's just literally the same people,
Yeah.
just the sun. And it's like you can't literally do that unless you actually have boots on the ground. And that's such a bad idea. But they're still sitting fucking people, and it's like, well, we already won the military stuff, so it's like, why do we need boots on the ground then? You know, everything they say is a contradiction
I'm gonna say.
in the next fucking sentence, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just gonna say this right now, okay? Alright, I'm just gonna say this right now. I hope to God the pilot is that the. I know one of the pilots got rescued. The other one is still missing. I hope to God that pilot is safe. And if any of you, like, because I have seen corners of the internet were just like, huh, military sucks anyway. I'm like, dude, don't. You can hate on the military-industrial complex all you want. But the soldiers, you don't get to hate on them because they're just following orders. They have to do it. They're not in the military because some of them want to be. Most people are there to get 3 meals a day. Most people are there to get to just fucking get money to go to college. That's it. They're just so understand if you're like one of those people that are listening to this like, huh, fuck the military, fuck off.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a difference because even though you said the fallen orders, there's a difference between Nuremberg trial fallen orders when they were actually war criming. Like this, we don't. I don't agree with this war stuff on there, but now you have it. They were doing a legit military operation, hitting legit military fucking objects, and then they got kicked out. So, like, yeah, like you said, they can't. This is not one of those ones where they could be like, I refuse to fucking do this. And people be like, yeah, good for you. Because, like, if one of the pilots or whatever, or however when they struck that school, if it was an actual pilot involved and they were like, I refuse to hit this, they'd be like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, he didn't want a war crime, right? But this is like, yeah, he had to be, they had operations, they deployed them, and now they're on there. And I'm just like afraid, like I think what you're alluding to, afraid of, is that something happens to this one. All Fox News and President Trump is just going to make this guy a martyr or her a martyr. Either one, man or woman, a martyr, and then they're going to use that as another justification to have boots on the ground, even though they already saw that boots on the ground, and just rile these people up, right? Which
go ahead, finish your thought, and then I'll.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like it's so fucked up, like. With Americans, it's like, like Middle East, Gaza's dying, like thousands of them, all these people dying. And it's like, no, it's not a real outcry for, like, let's stop that. But it's like, one of our guys gets killed. It's like, oh, hey, let's fucking go send more people to die for this shit. Because how dare you? It's what was that movie from? It's like, you send one of ours to the hospital, we send one of yours to the morgue. That's that mindset. And it's a bad mindset.
It is. It really is. Look, here's the thing, though. During that stupid speech, because I watched it, I watched it live when Philly D was doing a live stream of it. He was kind of sort of hinting at, like, just pulling out altogether and leaving that strait basically alone and telling the allies to go, clean up the mess. That can't happen no more because if they can shoot down like actual planes, look, I understand that like there were what was it like 13 people or 13 service soldiers were killed so far.
That's what they say. It's probably more, but like if you go up 13, like yeah, at least 13, which is still too much for this dumbass war. That whenever they're pressed. And after all the bullshit denying and stuff, even in their own speeches when they try to come out and say why they're because he said on there, the thing is when he said that address, he didn't still didn't say the reason why we're doing this. Like if he thinks the reason is like he keeps doubling down and saying the reason is to open back up the Strait of Hormuz. And it's like, bitch, the Strait of Hormuz was open until you did this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was like it wasn't like, hey, if the Iranians out of the blue was just like, we're closing this shit just to fuck with us. Okay, go in there because why are you doing this? We need you to open this back up. It's like, no, because you fell for the old rope a dope. Netanyahu's been saying the same shit for 40 years to do this fucking shit, and you actually fell for it, and you sent your fucking son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and that Steve Witkoff guy, real estate developers, who technically shouldn't even be in the government at all, as a negotiator and starting this shit. It's just like, you just started this huge ass fire, and then afterwards you're just like, oh hey guys, it's like, I don't understand why you guys aren't helping us. And then I see people online and our Pete Hesek saying like, I don't know why we help NATO. NATO's not helping us. It's because, and I see other MAG guys fucking saying like, why we're NATO? Like, why aren't they helping us? They're part of the alliance. It's like, bro, it's a defensive alliance. That means if someone attacks you, yeah, they'll be on your side because it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, why they jump us? Not like, oh, hey, we're gonna jump this random guy. Hey, other people, come and help us because we decided to jump this other guy, and all of a sudden we realize this guy's Kimball Slice. And we're kind of getting punched in the mouth here, so like, guys, help us. And it's like, no, they shouldn't. And even to the fact that Japan and France and other countries fucking were like, yeah, we're gonna have a meeting to try to, get this thing open for ourselves and not invite the United States because no one fucking trusts us anymore.
Exactly.
We don't have an alliance anymore. We don't have a shit because we keep doing dumbass fucking shit all for Israel. And it's like, I don't see Israel sending any fucking ground troops there. Like, BB, like, this is your war. You should have been already ready. Like, hey, the U.S. is out here bombing shit. We can provide some idea for it. Like, nah, we're good because we want to send our troops out to the West Bank and Lebanon, and we're taking more land. Because you saw that thing they said, like, oh, we seize this part of South Lebanon. We're planning to abolish all the houses, and we're not going to give this shit back. So it's this land aggression, and it's just like, how is this fucking great? Like, people are like, we gotta defend them because the right exists. It's like, a right exists doesn't mean a right to fucking be able to fucking just take over fucking lands more and more in the fucking Middle East. Like, all that doesn't fucking jive, bro. Like and it's bullshit.
Yeah, like I said, look, am I surprised that a fighter jet got shot down? Actually, yes. An F-15, that ain't no joke. That thing can break, was like what?
It's Mach 3.
Yeah, Mach 3 easy on a regular day. So for Iranians to just shoot that thing out of the sky the way they did, that ain't something to just be like, oh, you can't just brush that shit under the rug. To do that, you gotta know what you're doing. Now, that being said, what was I saying when this shit started going down? Like, when the Supreme Leader got killed and all that stuff. I was all like, look, the same, like Venezuela, Iran can actually do shit. And they have been doing shit. And this is obviously something that caught everyone by surprise. No one thought they could shoot down an F-15. Oh, Doug, there are more advanced craft than F-15s. Yeah, that's true. But it's still an F-15. A lot of, like, that's like the Air Force's main bread and butter. So, that being said...
Yeah, and especially, like, considering, like, the missiles that Iran probably took them down, like, the amount of money disparity between what they used to take it down versus what we pay to produce it, it's probably like 10 to 100 times the cost for the produce the F-15 than the amount they use to take it down. So, like, even if you're like, okay, well, it's one, like, okay, so let's say you like, okay, we're going to go out and send, like, 2 aircraft carriers into the thing, right? I think each aircraft carrier has, like, a dozen or so on each one. So you're going to send out 24 out there, and it's like, let's say they manage to shoot down, like, 2 or 3 more. of that, bro. That's fucking billions and billions on there versus what? Like, especially since like all the shit's in the mountain, like the bombing stuff. Like, yeah, cool, doing stuff on the surface, but they have so much fucking shit on the ground. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just the problem. The difference between Venezuela and Iran was that Iran's been preparing for this type of battle for over like 20, 30 years. Like, they knew, like, the best thing to say is like they knew themselves. They didn't get over, they didn't have an ego and was like, oh, we can make technology to fight for, up straight up. Like, no, it's like, bro, whatever fight we have in U.S., we're always gonna be underdog. So we're gonna move this shit on the ground. We know how to do this chokehold. We're gonna get these cheap fucking shit that can just cause a lot of issue and pain, and we're just ready for a war of arbitration. And we're basically just gonna bankrupt these motherfuckers and fucking just have their moral fucking collapse. Because I mean, look at the quagmire for Iran, and no, for Iraq and Afghanistan. Iran is fucking like 30 times worse than that, you know. And we still got stuck in a quagmire for what, 8 years, 10 years?
Yeah.
And that was when we had fucking boots on the ground, right?
Yes.
And so it's like, so right now you're having all this shit and you're throwing this fucking money at this to try to, you know, they're trying to go quick, blitzkrieg this shit, right? So because that's why they can go back, show up the base, like, yeah, see, because they don't want to call us a war, they want to call us a blip or whatever. So they're trying to go quick, so they're throwing more money at this fucking shit.
Yeah. Look.
And that's going to be bad because it's obviously not working. And the obviously only fucking real thing is the smart way to do is like obviously pull out, negotiate in good faith. But Trump's not going to do that because he has to seem like he's winning this shit. So he's going to fucking keep dumbing down all the shit. That's exactly why lately for the past couple of days, Pete Hegseth's been firing fucking generals who are refusing to fucking go put boots on the ground because they are smart. They actually went to like West Point or Naval Academies, which led them to look at this shit. Because I saw like the other fucking day. Because speaking about is a mix of his speech when he did a Iran speech, and he started mentioning like World War I, how long that lasts, World War II, how long that lasts, and he was like, yeah, and then like it was like Vietnam lasts like 19 years. I'm like, where are you getting this information from? And then like one of the guys on Fox News was like, you know, like, shit wasn't looking so good until we did Operation Rolling Thunder 1 and 2 in Vietnam, and that's what we won. It's like, bro, we lost Vietnam.
No, yeah, we lost Vietnam. When
and second of all, and I said, second of all, Operation Rolling Thunder is taught at fucking military academies as one of the worst campaign ideas to ever do.
Look. Yeah, yes, it is true. It is true. Because that Rolling Thunder was... Oh, man, talk about a fucking disaster that was. Look, I still maintain this stance. When I say I maintain this stance, should there be regime change? Absolutely. Iran's government is fucking harsh, and they follow Sharia law. They're the ones with the morality police, right? Or am I thinking of something else?
Yeah, no, they have the morality police. They're the ones that went out there.
No, that needs to stop. Okay, like their thing. I'm not Iran's biggest fan. I'm gonna say that. But to start a war like this, especially with no end game, not only with no end game, right? Iran literally did nothing to the U.S. They were minding their own fucking business. Okay, so it should fall. Should it fall to the people to actually do the revolutionary stuffs? Yeah. But like for the U.S. to just go in and start hostilities, you think the Iranian people are gonna be like, "Oh, we should rise up now"? No. They just got bombed by a foreign entity, and they're like wondering what the fuck. They have every reason to basically rally behind the government. Because the government's saying, like, yeah, we can take care of you. Are there going to be dissenters? Yeah, absolutely. There are dissenters all over the fucking place. Even in here in the States. And no, it's not the left wing. It's just radical idiots that just want to fuck shit up. But like,
I mean, usually if you're gonna do these regime change, usually what they be smarter is that you have rebel forces on the ground. They're organized. They have a huge army stuff on there, and then you start with like CIA's helping out with like here's some targets, here's some weapons, like small
yes,
amounts, right? And they get
yes,
their own victory, and they start building up until they can march themselves onto the actual fucking thing with us limited involvement. You're putting the cart before the horse here where you're just like, we're gonna bomb this and take out your supreme leader when none of y'all are ready to take this over. And it doesn't help that it's like you're out here is basically saying like, no, this was just like a quick fucking shit, kind of like with Maduro, like we're just gonna get in, get out, bomb all that shit. It's like that's not gonna work with Iran.
yes. It's not going to work with Iran because I was saying Iran can actually do things. They have a strong military, and they're
Right, and they have a
doing that
strong
right now. They're still Qatar, all of them. They're trying their best to stop Iran from just going all fucking nuts, and they can't do anything about it because Iran, they're actually a very powerful nation.
It's not just that. It's like they have a good chain of command. Like I said, they've been preparing for this shit. They know that other people hate them as well, and they know like they've been dealing with this fucking shadow proxy war between Israel for fucking ever. So they know like, hey, bro, they know Israel's fucking mo. Mo is basically do false flags, get other people to fucking join in for the Americans to fucking join in for major bombing while we secretly take out high-ranking leaders, right? They've been prepared for this shit because they've actually the IDF have taken out a lot of high-ranking leaders, and so has the U.S. on here, and yet nothing in their chain of command has changed because they're like, we're prepared for this. Next nigga up. That's basically it, and the next niggas up is all here, and they're all prepared because it's not like a bunch of incompetent people who we have now in fucking P. Henson's fucking thing on there, where they're placing these fucking incompetent people head of operations. It's like, nah, we have competent people all do our ranks in Iran because we know, hey, we're down underground, bunkers and shit. Anyone could die. We're all prepared to be the next man up. That's why this shit's not going to break them. And this type of attack without ground movement, like you said, just makes the people there who, even though they hate the regime, be closer to the regime because it's like, okay, I guess it's us versus everyone.
Yes, exactly. And it doesn't help that Hegseth actually told like what two top uniformed officials in the army to step down.
Yeah.
And not only that, just ask yourselves this, people. Ask yourselves this: if if Trump was all like, "Oh, Obama's gonna bomb Iran or some shit like that," why do you think he just went on to do the nuclear deal? And what's even funnier is Iran was all like, "We don't like black people, but you're actually talking sense, so we'll do the nuclear deal." And they were actually committed to that until Trump pulled them out.
They were committed. They were committed to that, and when this stuff happens, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna retaliate against everyone." But it's like black people are cool. We're not gonna black because they know like black people have nothing to do with this shit.
Look,
And it's sad because it's like, yeah, they make fun of that racist shit on there, but it's sad when they're like, you know, the 13% of people that we kind of look down upon is the only fucking same people in the room actually fucking talking sense.
yes.
Like,
Look, no matter what you want to say, you can hate on Barack Obama all you want. I mean, I certainly have my issues with him, but like at the very least, he made the whole Middle East situation very calm. He calmed them down. He made the world boring. Do you have any idea what it's like to have the world boring? There was no shutdown to SNAP benefits. No possible revocation of Medicare, Medicaid, and Medicaid Part D. There was no, I'm going to ask 1.5 trillion for the war effort. There was none of that. We were just living the day-to-day, basically complaining about the job, basically complaining about the jobs that we have, or had, and just, like, going about, like, just going back home to your fucking wife, or husband, or, same-sex partner, and sleeping with them, thinking, oh my god, my partner slash wife slash husband's getting super fat. I really gotta get that person on a fucking treadmill. There was that. We cannot say that exists anymore.
I mean, with Obama's deal, like, he was able to get, like, hey, we can inspectors here. And, like, let's say, even if you don't believe the Iranians, right? And you saw the inspectors there, and they say that's true, right? It's like, but, hey, before, it was hard to get inspectors there and get information. So even if you get they're fucking trying to lie to you, you could update your information, like, this place that we thought had things don't really have it, so they might have moved it, but that means you have information that, hey, if they're lying, it's not here, so we don't have to waste our time fucking dealing with this area. We can search for another area. Now, you're just in the blind, and you're just using old information to try to hit fucking shit that might not be there, because it's just like they said, like, when they first did the fucking first strikes, like, almost like, what, 8 months ago, or the summer or whatever, it was like, oh, man, we obliterated all the shit. It's like, you don't know that, because you have no information, updated one, because you fucking tore up this agreement, all because a black man, Obama, had his name on it, and now you're trying to get that agreement back. Like, that's all Trump does, is like, sets fires, tries to get it back, and try to be like, "Yay, see, I fixed this." Like, you didn't fix anything. You didn't literally get us back to the status quo. And like, yeah, cunt. It's like, we would love shit to be back in status quo, but the thing is also, like, bro, like, you're making it worse, because you are literally radicalizing the next people to be terrorist stuff on there. Just like how the IDF did with Gaza and stuff on there. They're like, we don't want homeless, we don't want terrorist stuff. But you're fucking creating so many villain stories for all these people to come back at it, you know? And they're coming back more hardliner than ever before because of this guy. And it's like, even after this guy dies and all this shit on there, it's gonna be like another like generation or two before people even trust it anymore, because they don't even want it in their fucking thing anymore. Like, they realize, like, oh, hey, Trump's fucking leaking information to the Russians. Oh, hey, Trump's out here fucking doing shit for the Iran and all that fucking shit. And it's like, I would ask the people who Israelis, like the Jewish people, who's like, they don't agree with Netanyahu's fucking government. And it's like, how's your life right now? You see a rise of anti-Semitism. You see a rise of people hating you. You see fucking Gal Gadot out here fucking like begging people like, why do people stop watching my movies? Everyone hating me because I'm supporting this shit and stuff like that. It's because this Gaza shit, this fucking radicalized all these fucking generations of this fight. You guys suck so much on here. Look. And it's like, and it's weirdly the amount of the stuff that I see white people always tired of they supposedly black people calling the race card all the time, even though the microaggressions are true, right? They're always fair to that. That's being fucking finally pushed onto Jewish people. They're like always tired of like, man, you guys are always using that fucking Holocaust card, right to survive fucking shit all the time when you guys are actually doing horrible shit.
Look, with respect to Gal Gadot, okay, like, I would just like to go up to her and just, like, shake her head. I get it. What do you mean when you say you get it, Doug? Look, she served in in Israeli military, right?
Yeah, because of the national service, they have to.
Yeah, when you're shown all that propaganda, you're just gonna be like a patriot. It's kind of like what MAGA's. It's kind of like what MAGA's kind of doing. They're just like, oh, patriot, blah blah blah, blah. Oh, higher prices equals patriotism. That's all she's doing. She was brainwashed. Okay. So
yeah, when that shit happens to you, you're just like, you cover your lens underneath the worst things you've seen, and you just automatically assume they're all gonna do this, right? Yeah, so I kind of get it.
She's seeing like the attack on Israel as justification to do whatever the fuck you want. I get that. I kind of get that. Like, there is some parallel. Doug, what the fuck are you talking about? I'll give you an example right now. Because, it was watching, I forget which news report. There were, it was either a news report or a political commentary channel, but it wasn't Philly D or any of that. I'm trying to remember where I fucking, whatever. Like, they said, like, look, Iran's military is one thing, right? 19 people came into the U.S. and killed 3,000 people. It was called 9/11. There weren't any bombs. They took over planes, crashed them into towers, crashed them into the Pentagon, and the last one was over
United 93,
yeah.
and the people fought back and then landed in Pennsylvania. But if they didn't, like, it would have still been another devastating. I mean, it was obviously devastating for the people that died.
For the record, I still think the Air Force shot that plane down, but like that's basically me going conspiracy theory mode. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. So why do I bring that up? Well, October 7th happened. They killed a bunch of Jews. They did. So how many people after 9/11 were like, oh, all the Afghanis need to die. Oh, all this is fine. You know what I mean? So I kind of
no, definitely. Real quick, I'm going to say, funny part of that, like, even if you believe it, like, you can just look, if you're a movie buff or culture, in most of the movies before 9/11, who was always the bad guys? The Russians, right? Mm-hmm. Usually Russians or Middle Eastern, or not Middle Eastern, but like East European, right? Yeah. After 9/11, all of a sudden, all the bad guys are fucking Muslims, and then they'll sprinkle in Russians as arms dealers, right? So there's like still a nod to it. So like I get it. Yeah, like it went to the thing.
So when you bring up Gal Gadot and her, like, her okay for Israel, like, I wasn't gonna jump down her throat because, like, I get it. So I'd rather just instead, oh, Doug, you never watched the Wonder Woman movies. Yeah, because I have no interest in them, but that's not the point. Point is, like, when she started saying, like, no, I'm for Israel, like, I just want to go up to her and, like, shake her head and say, like, get out of that mindset. You were in the military, you're patriot, you heard a ton of patriotism shit, and then you saw the October 7th attack. That's the only reason why you're standing by it. If you were any other level-headed person, right, even Israelis don't really like what's going on in Gaza, protesting at the balls because of it. They're still doing that, by the way.
They're still protesting because technically Netanyahu should have been on a judgment. Like, they were protesting because he should rule the court. But, like, it's just the same thing how Trump was trying to do, where it's like wars keep breaking out, and Netanyahu keeps skirting fucking courts, fucking justice, the international courts justice, because it's like, oh, we're in war times. You can't. We're out a leader. And it is kind of bullshit on there, because it's like, Gal Gadot, I kind of understand it, but it's also kind of this like, bro, you guys are kind of like scared chihuahuas, where it's like, the dog, you see it out there, but somehow you always see it. It's like, it's always chicken scared, but they're also the mutts out there that's always fucking at the dog park starting shit with the big dogs, right? Mm-hmm. And then they'll start shit, and then all of a sudden the big dogs have to attack back. What happens? Human intervention, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how the U.S. is. It's like, here's this chihuahua out here that's starting shit all the time because they're scared, right? And it's like, yeah, I understand you get intelligence and all this other stuff on there. But in the same breath, it seems like their option is always like, okay, well, let's go out here and let's bomb this guy's leader because, in a rational sense, most people be like, hey, if we bomb this guy's leader, take these leaders out and fucking Mossad, fucking secret operations and shit, they're going to be pissed and they're going to come back on this shit. And then it's like, oh, hey, we did this because these guys might have done this, but, oh, hey, now they hate us and they're going to retaliate and they're bigger fucking, they have more fucking weapons than us and they're a big thing. Hey, U.S., can you come in here and solve this for us? And it's just like, bro, like, how, because, like, I think so important thing is, like, they literally in the past fucking year or so bombed, like, 8 different fucking countries.
Yeah.
And it's like, at one point, it's like, the problem isn't everyone else, the problem is you.
It is. like, it sucks to say you're an American while traveling abroad because you know what's going on. Like, it really does. I am 100% ashamed right now to call myself a proud U.S. citizen. Because, like, look at what's going on. We are now in what's most likely going to be a forever war, another forever war. And it blows my mind that grifter, major fucking cocaine bear Green, is railing against this war, even though I know it's probably a grift. But she's still, but like, I want to say it's still a grift, but the way her voice was just so mad, I think she was being genuine, and that's even worse.
No,
This bitch is speaking sense. And it's not just that. It's not just that. Look, what the fuck do you have? Again, look, I may have something against Iran, but that's mainly because it's not because of their religion. I don't care if you follow Islam. I don't care about that. I give a damn if you're if they're Sharia. It's like the same way I view the Amish. Like, they're just so hardline religious to the point where you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Women don't have to just bear children and stay in the fucking house. They can do whatever the fuck they want, you asshole. But, like, to just say, you know what? Let's bomb this place. Let's destroy. Let's kill a bunch of school children for something that I'm not even going to allude to as the real thing. Oh, maybe it is because of the uranium, but you bombed that place. Oh, wait, no, you technically didn't, because you gave Iran enough warning. You literally went on TV saying you were going to bomb that place, which means they had enough time to move that uranium. I mean, not all of it, but you still gave them enough time to move it. And if they didn't have any incentive to make a bomb then, they certainly have the incentive to make a bomb now. Yes, you did destroy a bunch of their infrastructure, including a fucking school that had nothing to do, because those kids had nothing to do with any of the shit that these old people decided to just fucking do. But they're still making a bomb. They're absolutely making a bomb now. What did Iran do? They didn't do shit. It's just as what Robert said. That big-eared fucking kike that really should be tried on war crimes, who wanted to fucking control. I am literally choking on my own hatred. I am going to pour another thing of alcohol. Robert, please speak, because I am literally shaking with rage.
Okay, first of all, before saying like MTG and all that stuff, saying like they see MTG and Tucker Carlson and other one basically getting on here being like, this is a bad idea on here. Yes, it's a grift. They know where the fucking winds are changing, so yes, they'll get more stuff on there. But like you say, you believe them because, like, I actually do believe them because these people who are grifting stuff on there, they're actually pretty smart on there. They understand, like, this is not a winnable war in terms of tangible fucking great outcomes on here. Like, because, like you said, like, it's going to take someone, if you actually want a legit regime change and people to come there, you're going to need so many ground troops, so much shit on there, that if you legitimately tackle stuff on there, you're looking at probably like, maybe like a 10-year or more to actually fucking do this. It makes no fucking sense because you're going to take out so much fucking money. There's so many politics and fucking midterms and elections that are going to happen that you know the politics is going to shift. So this is not a winning battle. So of course they're going to jump on the other one. So that's what a grift is. But they're mad because it's also because they realize like this is a dumb fucking war that we can't legitimately actually win. And it's just that, because it's like, even if you take them out, right? Let's say you take out the regime. If you leave out a weak Iran, it's going to be horrible because it's like they're going to have other countries, like Gulf Coast states and all that shit, maybe trying to divide the land. So you're going to have people out here attacking each other for this land. So it's going to cause more instability. And the products that they're producing, because Iran, they produce like they deliver 1/5 of the oil. And then they also produce a lot of the helium that they get for fucking using natural gas that they produce, right? So all that shit will be disrupted with war. So shit's gonna go up. So that makes no goddamn fucking sense to fucking do at all. And that's why MTG and all this stuff is like, no, we don't really kind of. This is a bad idea. And it's just like Trump and all them, they keep going for it because they are only concerned about their ego and losing face on this war.
Face my ass. Did you hear it? Like, he doesn't even, like, fucking, Trump doesn't even fucking leave the White House. He just...
Well, he goes to Mar-a-Lago and golf.
It's not just that. When he went to the fucking Supreme Court to hear oral arguments about revoking birthright citizenship, right? He got so pissed off that he left. All they've seen all those fucking protesters just call him out. Shit like that. And he just made a beeline for his fucking motorcade, go back into the White House. He doesn't make... The only public appearances that he makes is in the White House, because if he goes anywhere else, you know he's going to be booed. He was booed at the Kennedy Center when that fucking premiere happened. Like, some people cheered, but it wasn't really drowned out with booze. People say it was drowned out with booze. I listened to that. I watched that video. It wasn't necessarily drowned out, but there were just as many boos, maybe a little more, than the cheering. And fucking, he's not a fucking wart. He's not a strong man. He's not a fucking good leader. This man is nothing. He's an insect, a piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit. And what is worse is, like, when you hear some of the people that are talking about, like, oh, I'm opposed to the war right now because my tax dollars shouldn't be going to this. I'm like, motherfucker, tax dollars? People are dead. Why are you more concerned with your tax dollars? I mean, yeah, inflation's a bitch, and you can complain about that, but that shouldn't be the main crux of your fucking argument. People are dead. People are dead. Kids are dead. And I am taking especially hate the fact that kids are dead. Because, in all honesty, I'm teaching kids now in an elementary school. And I have a newfound appreciation for those kids. Not like, unethical or any of that nonsense. I can, like, some of these kids that I'm like teaching and shit like that. They're doing their usual kid stuff. Like, they're annoying. Like, they do. It's their job. You know what I mean? But, like, some of these kids are just, well, no, not some. I can't say some. All of them. Whether they be, like, like, trying to be bullies and stuff like that. There's, like, a genuine, like happiness to them. And I never really saw that until, like, I was like, you know what, I'll just teach these kids, whatever the fuck. And I'm seeing it, and I'm like, oh, wow, he's, okay, cool. And
you don't want to see, like, these young, promising futures' life be snuffed out, yes! Like candle.
That's when the school, and when everybody is sweeping the school deaths under the fucking rug. I want to fucking strangle these mother.
Right, because it's just like, it's sad because, like, when you go back, and it's like, I remember when, like, honestly, they were doing, like, these drills back when I was, like, fucking, like, I want to say, like, 8th or 9th grade, when it was like, hey, they had these fucking codes, and it's like, hey, save it from Windows, good against this wall stuff on there. And it was kind of like the start of the era when it was like, there were some school shootings, not as much as now, but it was just like, you understand it. and I thought it was stupid. But then it's like fast forward, like maybe like 10 years later, right? All these cool shootings, and I see like people like they have to have these drills, and it's like these are these kids' life that is like this is a real possibility that this shit could happen. And it's just like we're living in this world where this happens, or this little world where you have these incompetent leaders out here just bombing random fucking shit. You have like Israelis bombing fucking shit, and it's like civilians. And we used to have a world where it's like these targets are off limits. That's what we call war crimes and all shit. But now it's just like we're gonna just basically do what we want, and then we're gonna get on here and we're gonna have these fucking capitalist people buy out all this fucking media and all this fucking shit to spin out that hey, we have to do this because of security or XYZ, and none of the reporters will ask follow-up questions because they're afraid of their fucking jobs, and it's just like we're out here, and it's like basically America has like this literacy problem where people don't understand what's happening because it's like, oh, I don't want to pay attention to politics because it's sad, or I don't really do that, but you know, like I'll pay attention for the few ads I'll see right before election day, and then I'll just use a gut instinct on this shit without realizing like this shit has consequences. Like ask the farmers that have voted for Trump. How's your crops doing? With all these fucking tariffs and stuff, are you winning? All your farms are fucking getting closed down. All this shit is being undersold for barrel. All your products is dying on the vine because you can't fucking sell this shit.
Yeah.
And you're out here complaining to Fox News, and it's just like nothing's happening because you keep fucking doing the fucking same shit over and over again. And it's like all the other white people in the stuff on there is just like, oh hey, like oh military, like you used to be like, yeah, I love the military. Go there. It's like no good money. If you had a competent president around the fucking wars, it's just kind of like, we're doing shit. No, now you have a president and you have a fucking secretary of fucking defense who's out here fucking a drunkard, who's firing fucking majors and fucking army generals who know what they're talking about and replacing them with fucking loyalists who don't know what the fuck talking about, who are gonna let you go on operations purely for their own pure ego. And it's like, if anyone's seen the fucking movie Starship Troopers, it was like their plan to go find this fucking brain bug that they didn't tell anyone, and they got lucky that they actually killed that shit, but that shit would have got wrecked. And that's where we're at.
Yes, that is where we're at. That is where we're at right now. It's a fucking shit. Hence why, again, I am ashamed to say I'm not even proud to be a U.S. citizen. Like, good God.
Yeah, like U.S. citizens out here, because you have the people who didn't vote for this shit. If they actually travel, they have to fucking defend themselves and be like, "There's crazy." Like, I don't know, like these people are crazy. Can't really defend it. You're fucking embarrassed to be American. And then you have the other people, the MAGA people, who even though they deserve this, they're still getting the treatment where it's just like, oh, I see those videos where people are just like, I can't enjoy my Mexican thing on here because they were booties. It's like, because you deserve it. And that's how everyone's treating itself. We're a fucking pariah. And it's all because of Trump's out here doing this shit. And the ironic thing is, anyone who watched this fucking Iran speech on fucking April Fool's Day, which is ironic, it's like, why isn't people talking about Trump having a health episode like how Biden had it when he had that debate? Because this is way worse, because this guy was just saying random shit. Like, you hear his voice and all this fucking shit. He just sounds like the rambling things of an old grandpa who's just out here saying shit. He sounds like the fucking old grandpa from Rocco's Modern Life who was Heifer's grandpa.
I hope I hope Trump dies soon. I don't care. This is
like, yeah, he doesn't need to die because he clearly has so many health issues. Like the hands clearly still has a fucking IV port because that shit is always discoloration. That's clearly an issue. He has some fucking vein fucking shit with his calves and stuff on there. You see him, he's fucking like almost like a protractor with how he always leans when he's fucking standing and shit. You hear his voice, like his voice is just getting slower and more fucking dull in there. He's been videotaped and fucking pictured of him falling asleep in lots of fucking important briefings.
We
all know he's been wearing diapers forever.
I hope he dies during the next 2 years. I want him dead so fucking bad. I do not care if Cash Patel comes to my door. If that fucking cunt Crooks comes to my door, talking about like, oh, you said you wished you hoped he died. I'm gonna be like, yes, I absolutely hope he dies, and I'm glad he is dead. I am so glad he is dead because like
he needs to die during no, but I'm saying he needs to die.
Just look at what he's done. He took ICE, an albeit necessary federal agency that went after criminals from other countries, turned him into a fucking Gestapo police. He killed Roe v. Wade. He killed fucking affirmative action. He wants to kill Medicaid, Medicare Part D. He already killed SNAP benefits until like literally half the country sued him, and he let TSA workers, and I know your feelings on TSA workers, Robert, but I still will argue their importance. He killed their salaries, and they're still not properly funded, but they are, but they're not. It's a fucking gray area with them. He did all of this, and that's supposed to make America great again. You maggots need to join him in the fucking grave too. I do not mask off. I am done trying to hold back with this nonsense because maggots keep excusing him. The retardicans, they already know the writing on the wall, which is why there's a ton of them resigning or switching parties to try to save fucking face. Which, I mean, okay, good on you, try to get Fetterman out. But, honestly, I don't care if you maggots, Trump, and anyone that agrees with him fucking dies. You all deserve to be 6 feet under. I mean, considering how there was already, what was it? The vice mayor or whatever that got shot and killed? Just recently or whatever the fuck? For the Smellocrats? I mean, it's not like the Smellocrats are any better, with the exception of AOC, because she was all yeah, no, I'm not gonna fund Israel until they stop doing what they're doing, because, oh my god, she is so... Step on me, AOC. Step on me, I will be your fucking slave. I know how bad that sounds, considering how black I am, but I would kill for you.
It's sometimes
I would kill for her.
See, if Trump dies, I need him to die when he's on camera on there, because I need him to collapse down, die, clutch his chest, and they'll go in there, and then they have to cut it off on there, because I'm afraid even if he goes to do his episode, they're gonna try to fucking weaken up Bernie Sanders and shit.
Right.
And so I need them to be he went there, looked really bad, but because he did it on camera, people will be hey, can we talk to him? Let's see if he's better, right? If he's actually dead, right? So they have to do some bullshit. Mm-hmm. If he just dies in Mar-a-Lago, and then they're oh, he gotta die, but they'll just be oh no, he's at the hospital or something there, and it'll be Stephen Miller right here, and it's no more videos from him, or it'll be hey, I have videos of him in a bunker that's fucking saying shit on here. MAGA's gonna keep on dealing with that shit. So that's why it's ending him to die on fucking real fucking TV and shit on here. As for the other people that are trying to jump off ship on him, it's people gotta realize this isn't fucking Nazi Germany when you were fucking Nazis, and then there wasn't social media where you could be oh, well, I moved out here, kind of changed my identity. People don't know how bad of a fucking asshole I was. Because I see people still trying to shop ship here or trying to change what they're trying to say. And it's because people put posts on social media, people are bringing up receipts. So you're not going to be able to fucking run for this shit, you know, because like just like Joe Rogan is now trying to be like, oh, blah blah blah, or fucking Andrew Chose is like, oh, blah blah blah. People were like, bro, like we have the fucking tapes of you, like this is great, or we did. I don't want to fucking vote for Kamala Harris because she will get us in this war, or like she's gonna do this dumbass shit. And it's like, oh, but Trump actually did all that shit. They're like, well, no, well, I voted because he promised not to do this and all that stuff. And it's like, were you believing him? Like, maybe the first time he ran, I could see, like, oh, he got duped. But you saw how he operated. You saw how he operated when he ran against Biden. You saw how he operates now. You can't just be like, oh, well, I was duped. It's like, no, bro. He showed you a mountain of evidence. We have all this fucking evidence. He's in Epstein files over like 100 fucking thousand times. He's more than Jesus. You just, all these people in this cult is just that they are so double down with this guy because they don't want to be proven wrong, even though they know we're wrong, because they don't want to hear that they were wrong. That they're just like, oh no, this guy's a genius. Like I literally just heard a thing where they had a fucking interview with goddamn fucking bitch Caroline Levitt, who I also heard might be fired, by the way. That's a little Trump knot right there. Where she was saying,
and we're talking about
yeah,
demo crazy.
We're
like,
talking about it later. But that she was saying on the interview is that, oh, it's hard to keep up with Trump. Like, I have to be read, and it's like, my job is supposed to be the most well-read in the room. But it's hard when Trump's in the room because he's always the most well-read in the room. And I'm just like, what? What room is he the most well-read? And the thing, he really just recycles the same fucking shit over the time. It's just like, oh, I heard that she was not treating me well. Yeah, she's a bitch. She's kind of weak. Or, yeah, I heard about this guy, strong guy, the best guy, not getting a fair treatment. All of his shit is basically Frank Costanza's, George Costanza's dad, which is Frank Costanza, where it's all about grievances. That's all MAGA is just grievances. We're not being treated well. And it's like, okay, I kind of get that. Like, that's everyone. They don't want to be treated, they want to be treated better. But you were literally on board with this guy, and how has your life got better? If you are not rich already, because if you were rich already, and there were so many people who were rich, and they actually benefited from Obama's policy, but they still hated him, but they were rich. And now they're in Trump, and they're losing money, and they still can't be like, well, Obama shit wasn't that bad, or Joe Biden's policy wasn't that bad because I had these workers to fucking do this shit. You were fine. You people who were poor, your life got worse. Your factories have been closing. Manufacturing jobs haven't come back in. The tariffs have fucking shut down a lot of your agricultural businesses. A lot of you farmers are struggling. They're actually showing that shit on Fox News that you guys are struggling and you're foreclosing. So why are you still fucking getting on board with this guy now? You're all here like, Democrats should pass the SAVE Act. Why? Oh, because of the transgen people. There's been like not that many trans people. That's an actual problem for you. But it's also voter IDs. Like that shit is just a voter suppression bill. Notice how all these fucking senators and congressmen and Republicans are coming out and saying, if they don't vote for the SAVE Act, well, Democrats are going to take power and fucking impeach it. That means you're implying that this bill will stop Democrats from taking power. How? That means it's a voter suppression bill.
It's not even that. I mean, like, even the Republicans are not happy with that fucking voter ID thing because they haven't pushed it through.
Well, they didn't push it through because they realized, like, bro, this is going to disenfranchise so many women who got married. The same people that Republicans have been pushing
for being women. I mean, that's their own problem for having tits.
Well, yeah, but
why are you? Oh God, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that.
No, because like that's just me like oh, you and thighs, Robert, over tits. No, but I'm not doing that. Go for it, dude. Just go.
Well, I'm saying that because I'm there, you need actual birth certificates to actually show who you are. Because if you got married your name be changed. So you need that, right?
Mhm.
That's costing people money. A lot of poor people in there don't have birth certificates or passports, so that's going to cost them money. So that's going to cost them votes. Oh, hey, conservatives want people to get married young and push out a lot of babies. If you get married, you're going to have to pull out more money to actually do this fucking shit. So you're basically saying, hey, we want you to do this, and we also want you to pay a price to support this. And that's why a lot of Republicans, they don't want to go with Drew, because they realize that you kind of think it's a voter suppression one, but a lot of people in the blue states actually already have their passports and shit on there. So this is not a really great scheme. You're just going to disenfranchise more of your own fucking poor people that you want to keep poor. But to Trump and all that stuff, they're passing this is like, we just need extra fucking voter suppression shit. That's what we need. That's also why we need. That's why they need a better, stronger. That's why they need ICE agents into this fucking airports, because of the dry test run. I see Bannon said, because they're gonna have them at fucking voting polling places, and I'm just like, bro, you're paying these ICE people so much. Why don't you send them to be the ground troops of Iran?
Right?
Right? Why do you care? Like, why don't you just send them? Because it's like, oh, they're not trained, but there's gonna be any boots on there. We're just gonna beat them with overwhelming amount of numbers, because this fucking is suicide mission.
Those fucking untrained faggots are like fine with killing white people. Let's see,
Right? I would be like,
with killing foreigners in a
my,
foreign
my,
land. Go over there. No, I am dead fucking serious. You know what? I am dead fucking serious. The bastard that killed Renee Good and the other asshole that killed what the hell is his name? They should go over there. Those two
Alex
should go over
Peretti.
there. I don't give it. Well, oh yeah, Alex Peretti, yeah. Which really?
Yeah, they should go over there, because they want to harass and kill brown people anyway. There you go. Now it's like, you don't really have to worry about consequences, because you'd be like, we're in a war.
Go over there. Let them go over there. Let's see how fucking ballsy they are.
I would be like,
the guy that killed Renee Good, has a military record. Okay, cool. Let him go over there. Let him go over there. Let him go over there. Much like that fucking bald fucking prick. What the hell is his name? Andrew Tate, who went over to Dubai, saying he can go kill all of the Iranians. Go over there. Go over there. Go over there. Please, go over there. Go over there. I hope they go over there. I hope those idiots go over there.
I mean, it makes more
how strong they are and all that shit, and how their lives were in danger, but they were willing to put themselves in that position. Go over there. Go over.
Well, my thing would be, the best thing about that, from a military and budget standpoint, is like, hey, you always say that we have the best military, right? But this is a suicide mission, right? So why send people that we actually invested lots of money in training to go over there for suicide, when you can get these dumbasses that you already paid who don't have that much training, where you can be like, it's not that much of a loss. Like, if you shoot enough of them, maybe they'll get ejections done. But if they don't, who fucking cares? Right? Because you're not losing anything. Because it's like, hey, I'm not sending over a major or a sergeant who actually has 2 to 5 years of actual training and is actually competent, and I'll need for military later. I'm going to send some fat slum who I actually hate and I'm disgusted with, because this guy couldn't run a mile to save his life, over here to be a meat shield, and then maybe, I don't know, they'll fall ass backwards with enough numbers that they'll actually take over some shit that I can get some victory points.
Right?
If not, I'm not really losing in the military shit. So it's a win-win for the GOP. And you trim down some budget that they can skim later because they're corrupt.
Right? Right?
And you don't have to pay them that much. You don't have to pay them that much. Most of these people, I already heard, like, they're actually bringing their own guns because there's someone there. It's like, yeah, just send them with whatever equipment they want that they bring themselves, and then send them with, like, 2 cases of fucking Bud Light. Mm-hmm. That'll cost them, like, what, $1 million, $10 million? Like, that's like a drop of nothing, bro. And then they'll be all hyped because they'll be dumb. They'll be like, those what the propaganda be on there. It's like, you're gonna be out here. They can put their AI videos like, this is you out here Call of Duty styling, killing these fucking, and they'll have the most racist fucking Arab person they have on there, right? Showing a guy that's killing them. This is you. And then you have some guy on the scenes like, oh yeah, I'm from Alabama. I can't wait to take out some sandheads, man. I'm gonna be out here. And it's like, blue, 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 blue. First one dead.
Agreed. Like, no, and they're not gonna, like, they're not gonna fucking do that. They won't fucking do that. Because they're too fucking scared. They are too fucking scared. After Renee Good got killed, what happened? That retarded piece of shit took his family, and went to, like, this bunker thing where no one could find him. Same thing with Alex Pretty, who is not pretty. I don't care if you say he is pretty. No. And the Retardigans basically blamed Alex Pretty's death on guns. On guns.
Yeah, that's where they lost it, because it was like, he has the right to conceal. Like, oh, he shouldn't have a gun on here. Everyone's like, Second Amendment. Wait, what? No, that's exactly what we've been fighting for the longest fucking time, bro. Like, and then you basically have these fucking high school dropouts that fucking have fucking ego issues and shit on here, and it's just like, hell no, man. Like, you know, it's just if you count what the GOP is doing is Project 25 and stuff on there, they are going according to plan and everything's great. If you actually count them as actually trying to be a viable, actual fucking thing that they can hold on to power without cheating or suspending an election, they are wrong. And that's why these people are actually starting to break with Trump, because it's just like, bro, this guy's going crazier. He's clearly broke so many promises that people are waking up, because it was like, with the Epstein's file, first fucking fracture, you know? Then you had this fucking Iran shit, second fracture. The straight up Hormuz with the oil and everything prices going up, third fucking fracture, right? And they're just like, yeah, so it's looking like this is not going to turn out well, and these other people are going to get there. So, like, I'm already laying the groundwork to just be like, because, like, how me and, you know, Captain K will always say, like, Republicans aren't serious people. They must rather be in a minority complaining about the majority. That's their wheelhouse. Now that they're actually in the majority, this sucks, because they actually have to do shit. And it doesn't help that you have an incompetent piece of shit who's fucking out here being crazy, and he's out here treating crazy shit every day. Like, you know how tiring it must be knowing that every fucking second of your day, this guy might just tweet out some crazy shit that I might have to fucking defend. Like, you can't even get a restful shit on here, because it's just like, I gotta be on my toes. But I also know that with this cult, anything he says, even if I think it's crazy, I gotta fucking somehow come up with a rational statement of why this makes fucking sense on here. I'm not sure if you saw the thing where they're talking about Scott Jennings, that piece of shit, on CNN, about how off camera in agreement with stuff, he's out here just saying how much of a piece of shit Trump is and how stupid he is. But on camera, he has to defend this stupid fucking piece of stuff on here. And I'm just like, what kind of job would I like about that? Where it's like, I know this guy's a piece of shit, but every day I have to fucking get on here and say shit. And I saw this other thing where this guy was on Fox News talking about hey, I went and talked to some servers and like how you like to know tips and stuff and how much more money you're making. It's like, oh, I'm making more $3,000 to $10,000 more. Like, no, you're not. That's a lie. You need to get out here and lie straight up every fucking day. Like Caroline Levitt. Lie. You're about to get fired, Caroline Levitt. Probably because you got pregnant and Trump didn't like his shit on there. And if you did, she's gonna say some bullshit that she wasn't with him all the way. Like this bitch gave up so much of her soul to straight up lie so hard.
It's just her. Like so many people like gave up their. I mean, like we're going to talk about Pam Bondi on Demo Crazy and all that shit, and like so many people gave up their soul for this orange skin, and I will continue to use the C word because he is a cunt. A cunt. He is a cunt. Whether you like to believe it or not. Because, like, look at where he put us.
It's cut. See you next taco.
Exactly. With that, see you next taco, I mean, like, that is a good reason for me to go to Taco Gordo. You robber asshole. Anyway, go for it.
I would just say, like, the worst part of this is the administration stuff on there. It's like, yeah, there's always been shitty things on government in the past and stuff, and people falling on swords, right? But usually for that, like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, you got to this high position, got some money, you might have got drawn a bus or whatever, but then you fall into like a private sector doing shit, right? And it's like, cool. But with Trump, all these people that get involved with Trump is like, you literally lose your ability to keep fucking doing what you want to do. How many people who were his lawyers have gotten disbarred? Like, and stuff on there, like, there's probably Pam Bondi I'll speak about tomorrow, but I'm just saying, like, there's so many of them that's been disbarred. So it's like, you did this, but then you lost your ability to be a lawyer, and it's a black stain. While other people, it's just like, oh, well, I've done this, but it wasn't so crazy. So it's like, I got this nice job in the private sector, but I still have like my law degree, or I can still practice medicine, or I can still do this, right? All these people, after this stuff, when Democrats get power, all this shit, and they have the fucking hearings, and Trump is dead, and they're gonna all blame Trump or people above them that they did all this shit. It's like, you're gonna go to jail, you're gonna have a bad time, and the juice wouldn't have been worth the squeeze, you know?
Yeah, right?
I mean, it's just so kind of ridiculous. Like, it's like, you saw like those people who were those fucking four like white kids who Elon Musk had underneath Doge who did those cuts, right? You saw they had the disposition stuff on there. They're so embarrassed that they were trying to ask for them to seal that shit on there. Like, no, they won't. They seal it. That shit's always there. That they're gonna do this shit. So like in 10 years when they grow up or whatever, and it's like maybe they'll have a change of heart. You know, people change when they get older. And I know people might be youthful and make this stuff on there. Like, so I'll give that. But when like their kids ask them all that shit, like, oh, that was there. I believe that. It's like, you can't even run away.
Yeah.
From this embarrassing fucking shit. You're always gonna have to defend this part of your life. And it's like, and the thing is, like, you have no good arguments to at least hang your hat on. Because beforehand, people have some good arguments. Like, I know some people, like, I went along with Bush for the first term and stuff on there. Oh, yeah, they hit 9/11. Because I remember when I was a kid, it's just like, I was scared, right? That's a good argument to kind of hold on there. Like, I was kind of scared for this shit on here. Here, you have no argument. You just have...
In this case scenario.
Yeah, this case scenario is just everything was fine. This guy trying to say it wasn't fine. The numbers didn't add up when you actually do actual numbers because you were watching too much Fox News, and it just goes down to like, yeah, I was just racist. Basically, the whole foreign thing. Like, it wasn't economic anxiety, what all that shit. This whole bullshit with DEI, when you actually go to it, and it's like, but all these other people he hired were fucking incompetent pieces of shit that had no reason to be there and shit on here. Like, oh yeah, well, what is DEI? It was like, no, that's just fucking Nepo baby and connections and fucking country club fucking shit.
Hold on, let me try to English again. Amen to that, Robert. When I actually tried to that one time I went to that golf course. And they were like, oh no, and they gave me stairs. Pieces of shit. Pieces of shit.
They're pieces of shit. And the people they get in there, like the young people that get in there, it's just like they're white, entitled fucking pieces of shit people. And then they get these big tips, all that stuff, got this money. Then they get this sense of like, I've earned all this shit. This was me and all that shit. Like, no, it wasn't. You didn't do shit.
Those. I mean, those white people.
Those people that everyone you go to a high school reunion and they have that white bullets in there. That's that type. That fucking, and to go back to people who watched the OC, it fucking was Marissa's first boyfriend who ended up fucking sleeping with her mom. That's the type where it was just like, they're dumb, they get entitled, they're sleeping with all these fucking people being horrible pieces of shit.
Yeah, but wait,
and then when their world goes down.
Whoa. Just to be funny for a second. Why are you saying that without the whole OC nonsense with the fuck was his name? Kevin Sorbo.
Wait, who?
Because we were talking about oh fuck. Oh, you know what? Never mind, because I completely forgot what I was talking about. Because I am just that drunk.
I'm not saying that. You see this all the time. Like, even people who try to tune out and not pay attention, and I'm going to talk to you in TV terms because I know you watch these shows. People who watch Modern Family, I know you guys watch that shit. I liked it. It's great. Remember when Luke got a fucking job at the country club? It's Luke. He's dumbass fucking Luke. How much money and fucking power did he get out there? And he's dumbass fucking Luke. That you see him be a dumbass growing up. You see him as a dumbass. Do you really think this guy should be in charge of anything? But all these people were like, yeah, let's give him a chance. Why?
I don't know. What you tell me?
No, I'm just saying. That's the thing. Is like you're giving these people a chance because he has to be a good guy. Why? Because his grandpa or whatever got him a job here. Okay. Well, how do people get it? Well, because they're pretty much pieces of shit. All you guys know each other is pieces of shit because you all secretly hate each other. So if you all secretly hate each other and you think they're pieces of shit, but they got people working there because they vouch for them, how do you reckon that these are good people that you should give a fucking job to when you know they're fucking pieces of shit?
Yeah. Assholes.
And then you want to be like, but black people getting a handout, whatever, DEI is worse. So, you know people who got the most out of DEI? White women. White women fucking backing them all this shit. And I'm going to throw this out here because I know you might not have saw this, but I'm going to get you this into your stream about a show on Bravo called Summer House. I don't watch it, but when I saw the news about this shit and I listened to podcasts, this shit was scandalous and it's fucking horrible. Basically, this bitch named Amanda was on here. She's white, just so you know. Was on there, and she also was best friends or good friends with this black chick named Sierra. Sierra, who's black, was dating one of the co-worker on here named Wes. And Amanda was married for this other white piece of shit called Kyle for 10 years. Well, Sierra was with Wes on and off for a while, but Wes wouldn't commit to him because he's a piece of shit. Amanda apparently just got divorced from her husband Kyle, who was also on the show after 10 years. This past summer, finds out Amanda was hooking up with Wes. Yeah, her friend's ex. Horrible fucking piece of shit. And they fucking lied about it to all these people, said it wasn't happening when it was happening. Might have been happening longer than it was supposed to be happening. They put out joint statements, right? And the point is that when this broke out, and this was in a huge thing this past week, you can look up the media stuff on there. You'll go to a rabbit hole, Doug. That you see a lot of white women defending Amanda, even though she's a piece of shit, because this is her best friend's ex. And it's like, we're friends with self and blah, blah, blah. And that's why I say white women are the worst. Because they keep saying, like, this is not racial, when it was clearly racial. When Sierra told on there how it was racial, how she felt with white people trying to date her and playing in her face in a show literally weeks before. And they said, that's not going to happen. You're crazy. And that fish happened. And white women were like, this is not racial. I don't see what's wrong with it. Why are you coming after her? She wants to, people will tell you accountability, but you guys are being mean. That's white women with fucking patriarchy. That's Pam Bondi with patriarchy. She was out fucking begging Donald Trump not to fire her because she did everything he wanted to do. White women, you are going to get used up for these white men. White men don't care about that shit. They care about their dick and money.
And while we will talk about Pam Bondi and the fucking demo crazies, because yes, she did. Apparently, she begged like a dog to keep her
lucky
job.
Chrissy Noem wasn't there because she would have put her down.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, speaking of Chrissy Noem, like, I don't know if I should talk about this now, but like,
No, okay. We're gonna say this for Sunday.
Now I'm gonna talk about it now.
Okay.
So, I don't know if any of you remember about like Chrissy Noem's dark secret. She was all like, the dog did not want to do things with her, and then and she put the dog down. But I forget who. I think it was the Young Turks that actually like suggested this particular conspiracy theory. So, like, what ended up happening was Chrissy Noem's husband, yes, he wore tits, and the dog knew about it. And the dog told Chrissy Noem about it. And Chrissy Noem put the dog down because of it. That was the theory. So there's that. I just wanted to just clarify that. Anyway, I am going to I'm going to end this entire podcast right now with this. I hope, I sincerely hope the fighter pilot is found and is saved, because that fighter pilot was doing their job. Do not jump down their throat for doing bullshit like this. And you could say, like, oh, Smillicracks were like, they could refuse illegal orders. Like it or not, what went down in Iran was not an illegal order. It was an immoral order. I will stress that. But what happened to that person, I hope is that person is safe, and I hope that person gets saved. So
definitely get saved, and also I don't want to be used as a martyr. Like,
yes, no, I don't.
Like there's two fronts on there.
Yeah,
because it's like, I know if it was me, I would want to be saved, but also like if I didn't get saved, I wouldn't want to be like in the afterlife, be like, oh, so they use my death as a shit to get more fucking Americans out here killed. Like, I'll be like, what the fuck, bro? Like, don't be using my name for this bullshit. You know,
Mm.
getting more people on here getting killed, having more people be orphaned. You know, like that's the problem here. Like I liked. Like, okay, I'm gonna call taking. We're gonna end this real quick, but it's just like I like playing the games like Dynasty Warriors and fucking Samurai Warriors.
Yeah.
And going off there, I like in the war stuff, even though they have wars, they would send the retainers and people out here to the actual battlefield. So it was like, hey, I'm making a decision, but like, yo, we're out here dusting this shit up, right? I hate that here now. Trump is out here in Pete Hegseth. They are fucking sending any of their relatives or well to be the first fucking people out here to die. Like, I would take this more seriously if Trump said we have ground troops and it's going to be led by Barron and fucking Don Jr. Do I think they're competent? No.
No.
But
They're not
I'll
competent.
respect the
They are
fucking
not
shit out of it.
competent. They are not competent. They are not competent in matters of fucking war. They just want to like, oh, we want real estate. Cool. Good for you. The only thing is, it costs at the expense of people. People. Like, no, people. Period.
I mean, they could have got real estate without doing this shit. It's sad that they done so many shady shit.
No, because like they could have just like, oh, look at all this Gaza free space. Like we could have just used that, or we could have just used, oh, look at all this Lebanon free space. They could have just done that, but they're not going to do that. They are not going to do that. They think that just because those people are brown, non-white, they can easily be conquered. And then when they see that the F-15 fighter jet got shot down, they're just going to be like, I'm going to shut the fuck up because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'll have someone else talk to the press. Why? Because those motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I hope all of them just die. I want them dead. I want them dead. I don't care. What the fuck is Cash Patel gonna do? Tell me. What is he gonna do? He's gonna come to me? How dare you say this shit? Okay. You're gonna come to me like that? And you drank beer at a fucking hockey game? Because you don't know how to run the United States' highest law enforcement branch? You are the head of the FBI. And even then, you found out that the bullet might not match the thing fired. Are you kidding me? You fucking...
Yeah, we're never gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that, but the rifle stuff on there. Also, it's just like the most fucking egregious thing on here is like, bro, know yourself. You know you're a piece of shit. You know you don't know anything. So why did you go and fire the people who actually knew shit that will actually make you look like you're doing the right thing?
You can't even do the right thing properly.
They fired all the people who knew about Iran.
You're going on social media saying, "Oh, we caught the suspect. We did this. We did that," and people in the FBI are telling you to shut the fuck up. But no, you don't want to do that. Why? Because you're so obsessed with clout. Just like Pam Bondi, she was obsessed with clout, and then she got ousted, despite her begging Trump to keep her on board. Cash Patel is the next fucking asshole to be ousted. I guarantee you. You know why? Because white people hate the fucking Indians. And Indians will keep kissing the ass of white people. That's just a thing.
Right. And then look at Vivek Swami, who ran against Trump, and the last thing on there when he was running for
Raman Soiree. Just call him Vivek Raman Soiree because that is
Ramesh Soiree. He was running for governor. All of a sudden, he heard people from Ohio. I don't really trust this Indian guy. He's a Christian, but he's not our Christian. And like, I don't really trust him. It's like, see, they keep showing you they don't like you. You keep going on platforms saying that the other, but you keep trying to act like you'll be different. You're not. They all hate you. You're just higher on the list than the people they're going after right now.
Yes.
They're currently going after Latinas. They've always been going after black people, but they're just like, the black people is almost like these Iranian shit. We've been doing this shit for so long that we know how to do it, and then we kind of just out fucking tired them. They're just like, yeah, we'll take some pot shots to our black people, but they're not the main people who want to go on there. Like, if it was up to white people and they had a choice, they would rather get rid of all Hispanic, Latina, and Muslims and then just keep black people because they think black people will go back to being slaves.
Here's the thing.
I'm going to be honest on here. Like, if they had a button where they could choose who to get rid of right now, and it was 3 buttons: blacks, Latinos/Latinas, and Muslim people. They've been using their 2 fingers to go after Latinos, Latinas, and Muslim people. But if it was only one button they could push, it would be Latinos and Latinas first. Second, it would be his Muslims. Third would be black people.
Here's the thing. Here's where I'll deviate from you. I'll deviate with you from that. Is because like they would love, like, if they hit that button, they wouldn't hit like the black people button. They just want to like conquer black people again.
Yeah, they wanted to put us back as slaves.
But like the main difference though is like black people have consistently again and again just said no to that and revolted against that. It's like the whole stupid fucking thing with and I don't know if you know this, where maggot people tried to go after time and again with left-wing people because they figured it was a good conquest, and when they were rejected, they just, like, the right-wingers were just, like, yelling and screaming and, like, crying like little bitches, which, I mean, I guess is on brand, but at the same time, we were just like, you're supposed to be the strong man. Why are you, like, I mean, why are you, like, crying like little bitches? Just try harder. Oh, no, you can't try harder because you're just that much of an idiot. You know what I mean? And someone sent me a text. So, who was it that... Oh, cool. Okay, cool. That was a thing from... Never mind. But, like, it's still, like, the weirdest fucking thing. You're just, like...
I would feel like I said, the reason I said about the button pushing and the order I put in there is that these MAGA movies and stuff, they keep saying they want to get back to like 1950s or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I believe most of their minds is that discounting the Native Americans, their lore is that, hey, white people came over here for religious freedom, right? Established this nation as a religious Christian nation, even though the founding fathers and that stuff explicitly said they weren't. But that's how they believe, right? And then they believe, like, we had the slaves on here, the black people build this shit, even though we don't give them credit. But our best fucking thing, they want to reset it to where it's like, it's white people here, black people as slaves, Mexicans and Latinos weren't in these fucking countries on there. We didn't have the Asians out here building these fucking railroads and all that fucking shit for fucking being out because they hate the Asians because it's like, oh, they're way smarter than our children, and it gets rid of the myth of white supremacy. So it's like we don't want the Asians here being smarter and shit out here. Black people we are okay with as long as they're a slave class because we think we're naturally smarter than them. And Mexicans and shit on there, although we like the burritos and shit on there, we don't like them here speaking our languages, but we'll still fuck their women like Christopher Columbus. So like that's why I said
okay. I just gotta I just have to get this out of the get this out in the air. Get this out in the air. Okay, look, whether you like it or not, everyone wants to fuck a black man. Why? Because we got the dicks. Oh,
yeah,
so
it's a fetish.
there are women that just don't like the long dicks. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I get that. And I understand that. There are women that just don't like long dicks. There is nothing wrong with that. But a majority of women want to fuck us. There's nothing wrong with that. Why? Because we have the long dicks. Top that off. We are the trendsetters. Think about it, Robert. Tell me. Okay, no, wait. Why would I say think about it, Robert? When you already know what the fuck I'm talking about. Think about it. Who made music? Who made jazz, rock and roll, all the music that you could think of, from rap, R&B, jazz, fucking country music.
Hip hop, yeah, they're culture vultures.
Yes,
they like our culture. They like our culture. Mm-hmm. They hate the people.
And it's not just the music. It's the food.
It's the clothes. It's the dance style. It's the lingo. It's every aspect. Like literally, if you watch young TikToks now, especially younger generation, you see these videos they post on there. You see how these white people are fucking trying to dance like black people. They like this stuff on there. A lot of these young people heroes are some black. A lot of these people, young people.
And what's even better is we're creeping in to white culture. Think about it, Robert. While I fucking, well, no, I can't say I, because that's not speaking for you as well. Nobody likes Nazis, but there are white people that like Nazis. Who crept into Nazis? Who? Who? Oh, Doug, you're making monkey noises. Yeah, I am. But at the same time, Kanye West is in the whole white supremacy nonsense. And either you accept him or you don't. And you can't say you don't because you still like his song of Heil Hitler. So you can't say you straight up banished him, because if you did that, then you wouldn't listen to his music. Now would you?
I found it was weird with the right wing party. It's that there's so many Nazis in there that have so many obviously anti-Semitic views, and yet it's the party that's so staunchly defending Israel. I never really got that dichotomy.
Well, I just thought it was weird that, fucking Lindsey Graham, who I didn't know was childless. I didn't know he had no kids.
No, he was childless, has no kids, and he was at Disney World with a bubble wand.
Yeah, no,
bro, you're 70 years old. This is weird.
We're going to touch up on that in Democracy. We are going to touch up on that in Democracy. I am just going to say this right now. He is gay, but, how are you going to tell me you're gonna stand up for World War II when a bunch of Nazis are in the Republican Party? I mean, if you're World War II, that's when our greatest generation was born. They killed Nazis. So how are you gonna be standing silent for Nazis in the Republican Party when You know, but then again, but then again, you're a retardican. Because, like, look, I will. It's the weirdest thing when I fucking say Thomas Massey is a Republican and not a retardican. But then again, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Jasmine Crockett, they're Democrats, not smellocrats. Fucking Hakeem Jeffries. Oh, man, him.
Hakeem Jeffries, man.
He's a smellocrat.
He's a smellocrat.
For Chuck Schumer.
The thing I felt about Hakeem Jeffries is the same way I felt about how I felt Obi-Wan Kenobi felt when in episode 3 when he's yelling at Anakin like you were the chosen one. That's the thing I felt like for a while because Hakeem Jeffries was underneath Nancy Pelosi and it was like after Obama and like during like the first one there, I was like this could be let me talk. Let me say.
Like, no, it's so weird that Massey is Republican and not a retardican. Considering the state he's from, I'm just like, dude, really?
No, it's not. I had issues with Massey in the beginning, stuff on there, especially when he also had like those Christmas cards with his young kids all holding ARs and shit on there. Yeah. But I give him credit for him standing up to Trump, being like. It's like, I'm not going to get pushed to do this shit because it makes no fucking sense. I'm still on these Epstein files. I love that he's still on the Epstein file because he still said when Bonnie was like, hey, next guy up, you still got to come. We still need these Epstein files. Like, he's not like.
Against the Iran thing.
And both him and Rand Paul. I hate Rand Paul, but Rand Paul's still being like, you can't push me around.
Own can of worms. That piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit, but I respect the piece of shit that is consistent. Like, he's like, well, Democrats in power, I'm not going to do this shit. Oh, Republicans in power, you want me to do this shit? I'm not going to do this shit. I respect that more than, like, flip-flopping every fucking time, right? Or fucking goddamn Susan Collins, when this bitch will die. I don't know why I hate that bitch so much, because everything's so troubling. But I hate that bitch so much.
Fuck her.
You know what? Oh, know what? If I can hate fucker to death, I would do it. It'd be fun.
Wait, was she on our tier list? List?
I don't think she was, or maybe she was, but I'll be just like the tears putting my big dick in her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm concerned. I'm deeply concerned."
Like I still have the both videos of the political tier list, and I'm like, oh, cool. Then I can add background music and put that on Madhead Plays. I haven't watched it, so I might just watch it again.
Speaking of tier list, I've been on a Law and Order binge stuff on there, and I was like, we need a service of ADA's second ones on there. Cause I'm gonna go there, like, which one I'm gonna fuck? I'll do this list by myself.
If I do a Law and Order tier list, Elizabeth Rome.
Yeah, I would say, is Law and Order both the original and SVU? I watched Criminal Intent. I don't really care that much, but it'll be those two.
Me neither. But so
it'll be those two.
Law and Order and SVU. That's it.
Yeah, because here's the ADAs. You have Robinette. Then you have Claire, and then you had fucking Jamie Ross. Then fucking Angie Harmon playing my girl, fucking Abby Carmichael. Yeah. Then you have fucking Elizabeth Rome as
as
Sutherland.
God, she is so beautiful. But if you
Sutherland, and then you have Annie Perry.
If you're like Diane Neal, I'm gonna kill you. I will straight.
I mean, Diane Neal's on the list and shit on there, but no, she's not as hot.
Not hot. She's not that hot. Like,
she's okay. I'm just saying that's why we have all the stuff on there because you have 88 Gray.
But like
I was Stephanie March.
Yes.
Way hotter.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god.
That's what I'm
Legs.
saying. This list writes
Her
itself. I'm just
legs.
saying.
Wow, we just came here. We came here, didn't we? But like, oh my god, like Stephanie. Oh my god, her legs. But
Legs
like,
for days. Legs for
mm,
days. That puffy like lip kind of shit. And when she had the glasses on, super hot. I don't know.
right.
It was super hot.
There's a few times where I'm like, oh, I want to come on your face. Like, I don't like
Dude,
coming on
and then
people's
and then
faces.
after
Like, I don't.
after she went to witness protection and then came back and then she was more of a badass and on the opposite side of law, I don't know, it was hotter. Like,
Oh my god, right? Right? Oh my god. Like, there are very few times, like, I mean, very few, because I do not like coming onto women's faces at all, but, like, if I could, with her, I would. And that's saying
you know,
something,
it's weird.
because
I,
I
I
would
said,
not, no, that's saying something. I would not do that to AOC, because, like, I just feel that that's, like, disrespectful to her.
oh my god, AOC as an 80 Law and Order. Oh my
No,
god, if
no,
you want
no.
to skirt,
If she's on Law and
what you
Order,
better
then
with a
she would
skirt or a
kill.
pantsuit.
Period. But like, if me and her were just like in bed, and she's all like, "You can come on my face," I'd be like, I'm not powerful enough to do that.
Oh my god, if
I
I had to do
love
that,
her brain
dude,
so goddamn much.
dude, if she was doing that and I was on there and fucking doing that shit and she's 88, I come on her face and I'll say the defense rests.
The defense rest. That's on you, man. I would not do that because, like, AOC has
No,
way too
she'd be
much.
too
Like,
she'd be too hot that I would come
listen,
in the first 5 seconds and I would say it's a mistrial.
the things that she did, the things that she still does. She literally went on record to say, like, if I'm like, I will run on a platform that will force Israel to stop what they're doing. Otherwise, I will not send any money to them. I'm like, oh my god. Your boyfriend. I wish I was your boyfriend. I wish I was your man. Because I get to sleep with you. Are you kidding me? I love her brain so fucking much. I would do. Don't get me wrong. I won't stalk her. I will not stalk her. But if I was her boyfriend, if I was her man, I would do everything to her. I mean everything. I would eat her shit that comes out of her asshole. Are you kidding me? The very fact that she was willing to like lay those terms out. Cause you know Jasmine Crockett would have done the same goddamn thing. But it's just a shame Crockett lost. But like if I'm well, I mean, to be fair, like, you know, I'm more well, no, I can't say I'm more predisposed to AOC because I'm more predisposed I'm equally predisposed to both of them. But like the fact that she said that, the fact that AOC had the balls to say that, I'm just like, yo, yes, you, 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 you are a Democrat. Not Hakeem, because, you know, his shit, fucking Schumer's hands up his ass. It wouldn't be up his ass, like, it wouldn't be up Jasmine Crockett's ass, I can tell you that for fucking free. But, like, the fact that she was saying, I'm like, yo, step on me. Okay, I'm done.
But like I said, so yeah, definitely do a Law and Order one layer. I was thinking there's 88, but I was thinking like, man, I would definitely do Lieutenant Van Buren.
Which
And
one
then
was your
obviously
favorite?
Marissa Hargitay, and
Oh,
then
okay,
fucking
yeah. I
Kelly,
know what we were
and
talking
then
about.
Kelly Gibson on there definitely. So like, kind of torn on that one shit. But I don't know, 80s we fine because enough on there.
Yeah, but like, then, oh, man. I hate
But
saying
I got
this.
some food coming soon, so I gotta
No,
go pretty
no.
soon.
Oh, okay. Like, well, to be fair, I'll end this pretty soon. It's just like, man, Van Buren, she had a huge head.
She had a huge head, but like them tits, her fucking mouth, actually popular stuff on there, man.
What the
Watching
what?
some, I'm watching, I'm watching some of the older episodes
Hold
where
on.
she's out there with
Hold
Kincaid.
on. Hold the fuck on. You were in in our last quiz number 6. You were talking
No,
like
I don't care about fucking that chick who was working the X Men, whatever, with the chicks on that fucking shit. All tits aren't created equal, dog. It doesn't fucking matter
oh,
on there. They're okay. That's like Chrissy Gnome's husband has some big ass tits. They don't look that great, bro. Like
first of all, those were
it's the tits
inflatable
that I like. It's
balloons.
the tits that I like, dog. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, because you look all the tits and stuff on there. It's like I like people that don't have tits at all and stuff on there. It's certain fucking body styles with attitude. Like it's like it's BWA booze with attitude. Like like
Whatever, dude. Now all of a sudden you're just like, titties.
no, but seriously, I got shit coming, so gotta end this soon, man. I'm gonna hop off, man.
Whatever, Robert. Mr. Okay, okay. Fine. Whatever. Mr. Titty Man. That being said, thank you all for tuning into the podcast. Like, comment, and subscribe. You all take care later on. Boop, baby. I said boop. Not the wrong. I hit the wrong key. God damn it. It's your fault, Robert.